Hello, 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 everybody. This is RexRed. I am back with another CBB TV tutorial today. And this tutorial is, as is usually the case, I have a little bit of a problem with my mic. As you can see, my mic is just kind of glitching out. I'm going to close this door here. Usually I can fix it. I really try to make my broadcasts as nice as I can. All right, we are going, as you notice, my hand camera is off today. I will be turning it on in a little bit. So because we're not going to turn this on now, actually, because I'm going to be playing some guitar. There we go. There's the guitar. Now I hope, let's see if I can pull this mic out so that you can still hear me. We got to pull this way out. All right, let's see. Okay, and my little trash can down here is like getting to be the star of the show here. And it's always nice when you have a trash can in the screenshot. Okay, let me gulp down some tea. I had better move this over here because my guitar wants to hit this now. Okay, that's not working too well. Let's see. So today it looks like I've cut my finger. Okay, so I have a little thing on my hand. Okay, now if I were to just bring this up a little bit more, maybe. Okay, that looks like it's going to work. And that is my ring light in the picture. So, we can bring it down a little bit more. Just a little bit. Okay. It's like I just feel like I'm so wired up with all of these different wires and cords, earbuds, headphones, microphones, and all. Okay. So now I'm going to hit play. Okay, I'm going to create. We got to get over to this computer monitor. I'm going to create input. And we're going to input analog 4. Let's see if this will play. I don't hear it. Maybe I have it muted here. Analog 4 I do have muted. Analog. Hey, all right, let's see. Okay, maybe it's just... Okay, we select this and we bring this up. There we go. Okay. I'm going to bring this up even a little more. Okay, let's go back here. And I'm going to need to turn on the metronome. I'm going to go to extreme here, apply that. And then we're going to go to metronome. And we're going to go to some playback and recording. Close that. Okay. are here. All my dreams become clear in everything. Okay, so I think I'm ready to start recording. I'm going to just check my tune a little bit. Okay, that's a little bit sharp. Okay, so let's go. Okay, that didn't work because I have my tuner on. The tuner doesn't work when I have my tuner on. Okay, so here we go. When you are here, all my dreams become clear in everything. The love you bring, this song I sing. See your face, I find your grace in every place, in your embrace, in your embrace, in your embrace, oh wondrous space. In your embrace, your embrace. Thousands of crystal light in your presence, it's so divine, a miracle I found in you, a love beyond all that's true. I see your face, I find your grace in every place, in your embrace, in your embrace, in your embrace, oh wondrous space. In your embrace, your embrace. Ooh. Okay, that's one of them. All right. And then we've got to do, we're going to bring that to the left. Insert audio track. And I have to give my hands a rest, my fingers a rest. We're going to make that one go right, but it won't actually go right until... Okay, so we're going to do this now to number 4. I just have to let my fingers rest. It's just the tips of my fingers. I don't really have heavy-duty calluses there right now. I haven't been playing as much as I used to, and so it just like imprints a big deep string print into my finger. It doesn't feel very good. Let's listen to this. All right, so I guess we're gonna try. If I can see if I can make it all the way through. If I can't, I will just stop. All right, and take a rest. Well, I made it through. Oh, without my fingers dying. Okay, so I'm going to turn that off. We're going to hit save. Now we're going to save this as Your Embrace 7. Okay. And now we can take this and bring it back, bend it back down to our keyboard. Hey, look at that. All right. So now I'm going to go back to this computer, and what I'm going to do is right-click here, because I've saved it now without Melodyne, so we're going to put Melodyne on these. And select all. We're going to go to percussive. Okay, there's one. And this one as well. Region effect, Melodyne, create region effect. Okay, and that's going to do the same thing with it. Select all. Algorithm percussive. Okay. So now we have two of these. We put them both here together. We click this little button and it separates them. And you know the drill. We have to something right in there. Okay, I see. There's something. Notice how 7 doesn't have a full measure there. Like something is really messed up here. And if I fix this, I may run amok here. Where is view? Tempo. Why? Okay, I bet you between 6 and 7. Right, we got to switch this to 4. When you are here. Okay, what just happened? That just totally like twisted my brain. Okay, but apparently it still works. 3, 4. When you are here. All right, whatever, it worked. So we're going to save this, okay? I remember kind of doing that, saying, "Oh, maybe this song has to be in two beats per measure." And so I switched it, and I said, no, that's not right, and switched it back. And I guess I switched it back for the rest of the song, except that measure. So why, when I did it, it didn't throw the whole song off? I don't know. That's like where that goes, like just way beyond my mathematical skills to figure out why that didn't just throw off the whole song. But as you can see, it's staying at 4/4 now, and the measures all look the same now. Okay, so we can turn these down a little bit. And we can take our metronome and turn that down a little bit so it's not so darned annoying. Where is the metronome? I do want to leave it on. And see, that was really, that what was throwing me off when I was trying to play the song is that I wonder if I turn my overhead light down a little bit more. If I can fix that a little bit more. So I don't, yeah, now I don't have that glaring, glowing thing. How that works, isn't that awesome how that works? Okay, so we go back, we're going to close the console view, and we're going to open back up Melodyne, and we're just only want 2 of these tracks, 1 and 2, and then we're going to zoom way in here like this. Get rid of this noise at the beginning. Okay, and like this and this. Oh, we can't do that. Like, we got to go ZZ. Okay, I got to select all here. Then we have to convert these to separation notes. Okay, and then we can do this, I think, like this. All right, I am going to show you that I have learned a little thing here. From one of our viewers, Angus. Thank you very much for the compliment on the song. Thank you kindly. So we are going to go full screen here with this because we're going to be working in here for a while. And I would like to get this longer. Okay, so I can get as far in as I can with this. And so we're going to go like that. And Sigmund says hi. Hi! Oh, that was nice, Sigmund. So I made it to the gym today. My gym was closed, but my other gym was open. And so I got to the gym today and did my leg exercises. And then I walked 5 miles. And, you know, I really, you know, I don't know how I can justify walking, you know, taking that much time out of my life to walk. But I have to. It's because I have to keep my health up, and it takes time. Yes, Sigmund says hi to them. Yes, he says hi to his cousins, all the way in the hinterlands. And this is a very difficult song to play. I don't know if you caught me playing the guitar, Angus, but... But we're now back to the tedious part of this. We're going to put a little line here so that when I drag this, it doesn't throw that off. Okay, and we're going to bring this in. This is kind of a difficult because I've got a little bit of a strummy vibe here going on, which means it's harder to tell where the beginning of the actual note is. So you just kind of have to listen and see, does it sound right? After I've done my edit. This is definitely off here. So this is another, you know, hour and a half out of my life to edit this. So why? For a moment it didn't even want to play, but Cakewalk's been doing that lately. So this is going to be a pretty song. Yeah, see, you know, in order to make a new video on my Flock of Angels channel, I have to go through like a lot of work to make a new song. And, you know, I just kind of wish more of my fans watched me work on music so they would know why I don't just put out a new song every day, you know. You know, and you know, I don't know that it's like the most important thing they think about every day. It's like, why doesn't Rex put out a new song today? You know, I'm sure it's not the most pressing issue in their life, but when I'd like to think that they think about you know, my my art. And when's Rex gonna put out another video? And it's like, yeah, when he makes another song. So that's when. Okay. So this has got to come over now because I felt good playing this, like I was doing a good job. Like sometimes when I play things, I feel like my timing is just, for some reason today, my timing seemed like my brain was functioning well with my fingers, you know, and that's it's always a good sign when that when your brain and your hands are precise, you know. It's just it's like having trouble so if I reading ahead with this, I'm not sure why, but we just kind of ignore it and eventually it will figure out that it's gotta. Luckily, I know when I look at these things kind of what they're supposed to do and where they're supposed to be. So, so that when all my dreams. Is that supposed to be there? No, I don't think so. All my dreams, all my dreams, all my dreams, because all my dreams. Having one in one ear and one in the other ear sure helps. If I had them both like in the middle, I wouldn't know which guitar was doing what, you know? And all my dreams become clear. Okay, you guys are going to be experts at this one. At this. See, when it's an abrupt kind of beginning, like this is kind of an abrupt one and an abrupt, and this is very abrupt, but when it's a very long beginning, then you chop some of it off. When it's abrupt, you keep it right on the beat. And that's sort of, and it's like my brain, I'm so used to editing this. So this one's kind of a smooth strum. It's like I strummed it slowly rather than all at once. Like, so this one, you just want to kind of go into it smoothly. This one's a little more abrupt. And I'm not really perfect at always telling this, but and since there's no strum really in here, this, you know, just to let you know, this one could kind of just go away because it's just kind of breaking up that nice smooth sound that doesn't really need. In everything, in everything. Everything, in everything, love you in every. Oh, good, Angus. I'm glad you caught me playing the guitar. Thank you for responding on that. I was hoping you caught that part of the show. Love. Good. Yes. I have to say, yes, I was listening to you when you were on the guitar. When I listened to go back and listen to my shows, I realized, well, I didn't even read their, comment. And it's important for me to read your comment before I just respond to something that, so it's important to read your comment so people that are listening to the show afterwards know that somebody has asked me a question. So I have the guitar a little bit louder than I would have in the final mix, but it's just so that I can kind of hear what's going on. So that is this song. But I will probably turn it down some eventually. And I was trying to do this, the longer strums. What I was trying to do when I was listening to this and playing the guitar is I was trying to listen to the other guitar and kind of do a back and forth, so that I wasn't trying to play them exactly the same. I was trying to do them a little bit in tandem, so they were sort of answering each other, calling and answering back and forth. So it gives you a little bit of a difference in each ear. And what I could have done was this is only 2 chords. So I could have just recorded the first two chords and then copy and pasted that over and over and over and over. That's called a loop. I didn't want that. I wanted to have a different feel happening with each, all through the song. This song I sing. This song I sing. This song I sing. So that you don't just get tired of it and say, "Oh, okay, I've heard the guitar part. I've heard how the song goes. Okay, I've heard enough of this song," kind of thing. This song I sing. This song I sing. For you, this song I sing. See, something's wrong. Like when I click on them, they should make a noise. It makes me wonder why that's not happening. So I guess it's just odd, but it probably does when I click on the pitch one. Yeah, it does. So this is the right ear and that's the left ear, just to make sure. Okay. It's like, I know I'm going to harp on this again. It's like, what did they do way back when they didn't have Melodyne? It's like, well, they put up with bad guitar. It was just, you didn't notice that the guitar, or, and I mean, they put up with guitar parts that weren't perfect. They couldn't look at it like this, like we do, and get a visual. They had to use their ear, and the ear said, well, that's okay. So, but the thing is that I see those guitarists were better than I am because the guitarists that they would get to come into the studio, some of them, and like, even like the singers and the performers, the artists, all they had to do was come in. That's all they had to do in their life was go out, write their song, write the song, and go out and perform the song, play the song on their guitar and sing it. I have to mix the song. I have to. They didn't necessarily mix their own songs. They had mixer men. They had engineers to tell them, okay, get up in the mic. Okay, sing your song now. And they had all of these people. So all they had to focus on was their performance. And I don't have that luxury. I have to then sit down after I record it, and I have to edit the performance. And I'm not complaining about this. This is my job, So your face. Oh, that part was a little difficult to figure out. But I got it. I just dragged it over, and there it was. Your embrace. Your embrace. Your embrace. Now, the computer, these little lines, the computer gave us those lines, and the computer is pretty good at that. It's like knowing where the influx, of energy is supposed to go. It's not always right, but it's either going to give you where the note begins or where the power is in the note, and when it's where the power is, that's when it's right on, and where the note begins is when maybe sometimes you have to just come in a little early. So I'll let it come in early. So wondrous space. Space. So yeah, and and that's the way a lot of the original musicians from the they didn't have to I have to sit here and hit the record button and open up the tracks and get all. I have to do the stuff that an engineer used to do for the the older musicians. They just basically come in and sing their song, and then they would have an arranger and a composer come in and compose the music for them. They just come in and sing the part, and then go out and sing it live. They didn't have to work on all this other stuff. So yeah, nowadays when you're doing it in your living room, I mean, that's pretty much what I'm doing here. I call it my studio, but it's my living room, And it's like you got to do it all, or else you're not going to have a whole song. You got to do the strings, the violins, and you got to play it all. And and then go out and sing it live. So it's I remember Janis Ian made a little well, I'm not to say little. She made like a how to make it in the music business. It was a cassette that I bought one time, and it was a nice little, and she said, if you're thinking about becoming a musician, don't. That was her advice. It's like I paid like $10 for that little bit of advice. And she says, don't. It's really, really hard. And she was right. You have to learn to play the guitar. You have to learn to edit. You have to learn to write your songs. You have to learn to deal with other egos and if you have other instrumentalists in your band, you have to deal with their egos, and you have to deal with record companies and trying to sell your music. And would I give that advice to myself, to people? Maybe if I had been a musician back then. I don't know, because I wasn't a musician back then when they had to deal with so many different engineers and composers and different musical different musicians and big bands, when you're dealing with 20 different horn players and all. So and they somebody had to write the song. So I don't know if I would give that advice today. Would I give it today? No. I would never give that advice to anybody who... I would never tell anybody not to follow what they want to do. Even if you do it badly, you might get lucky still. So, just the thing is, I will say the second part that she said don't. But then she said it's really, really hard, and that's the part she was right on. It's really, really hard. You have to you have to sacrifice your life, your childhood. You have to sacrifice your childhood to strengthen the muscles in your voice. I mean, I any doctor who just comes up and puts, how they feel your glands to see if you're healthy. Any doctor who comes up and touches my neck just looks at me and says, "Oh, you're a singer." That's because, it's like anybody who would come in and look at something and say, "Oh, you're a weightlifter." It's obvious to them. And that's because I spent my entire childhood singing instead of going out and playing softball and hanging with my friends and developing a social life. You have to. Okay, I think I'm going to take and turn this off. You're amazing. You're amazing. You have to sacrifice your childhood. And it's not just that. It's like then when you get into your 20s, that's when you should be. That's when you've already learned how to play your instruments and you've already learned how to use your voice. And that's when you start writing your songs like crazy and recording different tracks and trying to get them out, trying to sell them, trying to get people to hear them and everything. And so you can sit around and just hang out with your friends and party, or you can spend every single working day of every single day creating more songs. And there goes your life and everything. That's what it's about. It's about sacrifice. It's about taking and sacrificing your fun time, your time with your buddy. And that's the thing, is that most people, they don't get it in their life. They don't get it. They think life is all about just working a shitty job and coming home and getting drunk or whatever, and And there are so many musicians who think, "Oh, I want to be a musician because I want all the girls," And there are so many famous music artists, and that's all they're about. They're just kind of plastic. They make their music, but it's all about girls and party like a rock star kind of thing. It's just they're not. And I'm not totally knocking that in a way, but in a way I kind of am, and they're the guys who end up, with drug overdoses, guys, girls, whatever. They just, it's all about a big party to them, and it doesn't mean that they weren't good artists and good musicians, but they kind of threw their talent away. And I'm going to tell you the way it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. That's what Janis Ian. Janis Ian's still around too, and she still loves her music and still loves and is a very big social. I love feminist. She is thousands of crystals. So she never stopped, she's still going strong, and it's because she had this massive work ethic, and that's she wasn't kidding. She wasn't just talking and trying to discourage people so there'd be more producers out there for her. No, it's not that. She was being dead serious about it. It's like, if you want to become a musician, don't, because it's really, really hard. And if it's not hard, you're doing something wrong. You're doing something, I'm just kind of running my mouth because I'm here doing this mindless editing job. That a lot of this I can just do by eyeing it up. So I think this goes here. And we'll just throw that there for good measure. See what happens. Yeah, that sounds good. So, yeah. And, you know, that's another thing. It's just you got to work. You got to work on your trade. You got to work. It's really, really hard. Janis Ian was right. And if you're not willing to put the work into it, don't do it. Just give up. That's you know, because you know, unless you're just lucky, you know. It's like even Shirley Temple, when she was like, when she was 10 years old or whatever, could tap dance like better than most people can, you know, who spend years doing it, because she spent her entire childhood learning to tap dance. Instead of playing with her toys, she went and took tap dancing lessons. So that's just it's a fact of life. You can be born with talent, but you have to do your part with that talent. You have to take and strengthen that talent, learn the skill of that talent. And some people pick that skill up really easy. Like when they're young, it's just like learning where they just hear like Beyonce sing or something, and they just start, and it's like that's just so easy. It's like learning when you're young and you've got to learn to speak English or something, or speak, you know, your native language. You learn it so easy. Like a kid could learn it. But then when you try to learn, when you're older and you try to learn a secondary language, it takes years and years to learn it. Because depending on how much time you put into it, but it just does take years and years to learn it. So, and that's the thing, is that young people can learn to become a singer. They can learn, like I knew people that learned to play like blues acoustic guitar like in 4 years, and they were like, I'd been playing guitar for like 10 years, and they just ran circles around me. Because they just put so much effort just into their guitar, and they were amazing. So it all depends on the effort you put into what it is you're trying to learn. But you know, the thing is that today's musicians, if you just put it into your voice, then what's going to happen is you're going to end up saying, well, I'd like to sing out live, and then you're always going to have to find an accompaniment, somebody to play for you. And if you don't learn an instrument, then you're always going to have somebody play the instrument for you. And all you've got to do is either learn, and it's probably your best instrument to learn is guitar. You know, it's like, why would you say that? It's like, how could you say that? What's wrong with the piano? And it's like, well, the thing about a guitar is you can just throw it on your back, and you can go into a club or anywhere and just play right there. Nowadays you can buy like a synthesizer, as long as you got some batteries in it. Well, yeah, you can do the same thing theoretically with a synthesizer. You can just bring that into a club and play. In but just the thing is with the guitar, it's all ready. You're all ready to go. And so, what's up with this here? This? So that's why I say the guitar, because it's just ready to go. It's just, you just grab it, you go and play. And then you don't have to be that good on the guitar. You just got to be able to kind of play some basic chords and play your songs. As long as you got the voice to go with it, then you're set. As long as you can really kind of belt them out, then you don't have to be the best guitarist in the world. You just got to be have enough knowledge with your guitar to pull it off. So that's the way that goes. In your embrace, in your embrace, in your embrace. I don't know that I need to do anything here. In your embrace, in your embrace. So we're almost done here. So, embrace. This is so difficult to tell really where I'm supposed to be with these things. Embrace. So, yeah, it's just pour the steam on. That's what you have to do. You have to pour the steam on. You know, and the thing is that this is supposed to be a pep talk. This means that anybody, no matter what situation you're in, you can turn things around. You just, and you can turn things around, and to a fairly good degree, with the right kind of regiment. And so, and the thing is that if you don't feel like you can be the next Netflix, heartthrob actor, then then find something that you can excel at, and go like massive into it, and just go into it until you do something with it. And I would say it's never too late to pick something up and start going at it and working with it. It's never too late to try and pick up a new thing, and a new hobby, career. So, but it's just really difficult. It's difficult, and that's why if you're young, you better get working on it now. If it's something you really that you just can't, you can't live without being a rock star or whatever, then you better get to work. You better get to work now and not screw around. And get your head in the right place. It's not about chicks, and it's not about all the drugs you can do. It's not about your homies and your crib. It's not about that. It's about the songs. It's about the music you make that's going to be a blessing to the world. To be something you can be proud of. That's what it's about. It's about being proud of your work, and that's what it's about. So make art that's going to be a blessing to people. That's going to make them feel good and make them, You know, it's like when I go out and sing gigs, you know, it's like I could say, well, I'm going out here so I can get some, so I can have a party, you know, so I can find some chicks, you know. No, that's not why you're there in the club. That you're not there in the club to get chicks. You're not there in the club to score some good drugs or meet some big people in the industry and get some big wigs and fat cats and all that stuff. You're there. Why are you there? Maybe I'll let you think about that just for a minute. Why are you in the club? Okay? Why are you in the club? Okay? Why? What's the purpose of you being there? And, okay, so I'll tell you the answer, okay? It's to give the audience a good time. Okay? They're there because they probably didn't spend the time rock climbing mountains and learning to sketch and spend hours and hours in the gym, okay? They just want a good time. And that's what you're there to do, is to give them a good time, to make when they go home at night, they say, I had a good time. And that's what you're there for, okay? It's an unselfish thing. You're there for them. And that's so that's what you're there for. Get your head in the right place, okay? Because you're just going to be an average run-of-the-mill artist, just like all the other kind of trashy artists, if you're not there to give them a good time. So you're there for them. It's very unselfish, you know. That's if it's all about being selfish and getting your piece of the pie, you know, it's not a good thing, okay? If it's all about that, then you got your head in the wrong place. It's all about them. It's about the people, loving them. And hoping they don't drink too much. And they get home okay. And so they can come back in another day and see you, and they will. They'll come back another day and see you and say hi and throw a tip in your hat. Okay? So this is the left. This is guitar. This is what we're going to call nylon. Nylon rhythm. Okay, now we'll just call nylon left and nylon right. Right. Okay, so now instead of so we'll send these out to a bus here. Okay, we'll send this out to a bus so we can control it like that. Bring this down. And now we're going to send these out to this nylon bus. Output to nylon bus. Now when I rewind this and start this, okay, I can... That's when I turn them off. See? When you are here, all my dreams become clear. Let's turn this metronome off. everything, the love you bring. Hello, Monty. How are you today? How are you? How are you? I am doing good, having some tea today. Some awesome tea. We're having tea day. Some rosehip tea. So yes, we are. Now this bass is a little bit strong. Which one's the bass? Good to have you here, Monty. When you are here, all my dreams become clear. In everything, the love you bring. This song I sing for you. I see your face, I find your grace in every place, in your embrace, in your embrace, in your embrace, oh wondrous space, in your embrace. So, yes, we are working on. So this song, what I did was I found this really nice pad. Like if you can hear this pad, and it was just like, oh my gosh, that pad is just like a song all in itself. Where is it now? Right here. And I thought, oh my gosh, that's like a song in itself. And so I made this, and then, you know, I wrote the music for this. I wrote the lyrics and sung all my dreams, and I sung all the vocal parts. But then it's like, what do I add? What do I add? So it took me like half a week to just set it on a shelf and work on some other stuff until I could finally figure it, because I knew I needed a bass, so I added the bass. So I added the bass to it. When you are here, all my dreams become clear. In everything, the love you bring. This song I sing for you. I see your face, I find your grace in every place, in your embrace, in your something's wrong, in your, what's wrong here? in your 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 embrace in your embrace in your embrace in your embrace in your in your in your embrace in your embrace, oh wondrous space in your oh wondrous space, oh wondrous space oh wondrous space, oh wondrous space in your embrace, your embrace. Thousands of crystal light beams, thousands of okay, see this part, this just like going through and really making sure that my vocals are thousands of crystal, 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 thousands of crystal light beams, thousands of crystal, thousands of crystal, thousands of crystal light, thousands of crystal light, thousands of light beams shine, light beams shine in your presence, 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 in your presence. in your presence, 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 in your presence. It's so deep. Okay, so good. Doing good, 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 good. You are doing good, Monty. So, as you can see, I've got to go through this here. Now, when you are here, all my dreams become clear. All right, we're gonna do something here with this vocal. In everything, it's kind of like up the middle too much. The love you bring, this song I sing. Watch when we do this. For you, I see your face. I find your grace. See what happened? It went from in every place. It went from that. See? In your embrace. Right straight up the center with no width at all. In your embrace. When you put this on. In your embrace. Oh, wondrous space. In your embrace, your embrace. Thousands of crystal light beams shine in your presence. It's so divine, a miracle I found in you, a love beyond all that's true. I see your face, I find your grace in every place, in your embrace, in your embrace, in your embrace, oh wondrous space, in your embrace. When you are here, all my dreams that's a I will tell you, because that's an interesting question there. So this is a Falcon. This is a Falcon bass. So I have to turn this off, and then I'll tell you what this is. This is from the Falcon synthesizer. This is from, oh gosh, and they're going to be turning me off here. This is from, it says hybrid guitar. Let's see what happens when we... Oh gosh, where are my, okay, here we go. This is K3U. I don't know if I actually own this now. I probably don't. But this, it doesn't say the patch name. Okay, it's called Hybrid, Hybrid GT. And it's part of the UVI. But it's probably, I think I was looking for an upright bass for the, but it's kind of got a synthy sound to it, like a robotic little sound to it, which is kind of what I'm looking for in this song. I'm looking for, I want this to have little arpeggios and things that are so we're gonna refreeze this before my my subscription runs out. So are here all my dreams become clear. So what I can do now is put this a little bit of this this is a stereo sound, so we're gonna go when you are here all my dreams become clear. In everything the love you bring, this song I sing for you. I see your face, I find your grace in every place, in your embrace, in your embrace, in your embrace, oh wondrous space. I might put harmonies through the whole chorus. When you are here, all my dreams become, all my dreams, all my dreams become clear. In everything. All right, let's clear off my synthesizer. And we'll put those over there for now. And put these up here. And let's reroute this phone thing over here so that we don't have and so now we're let's try and add some more stuff to this. Now I have this and I've turned it off. What is this? All my dreams become clear. In everything the love you bring, this song I sing. Thank you, Monty. Thank you very, very much. Thank you for the lovely, lovely compliment. So, all my dreams So now if I use this sound here, so that's why it's muted, because it's only going to come in certain spots. I want this song to have shifts because it's a 2-chord song, okay? And I think I've also got my guitars. Let's see. All my dreams. So we just worked so hard. Become clear in everything. The love you bring. My dreams. So I can hear. Become clear in everything. The love. Okay. What's wrong here? I think this here goes here. The love you bring. The love you bring, this song I sing for you. I see your face, I find your grace in every place, in your embrace. In your embrace, in your embrace, oh wondrous space, in your embrace, your embrace. The love you bring, this song I sing for you. I see your face, I find your grace in every place, in your embrace, in your embrace. See, so this is where little subtle things come in and go. Come. The love you bring, this song I sing for you. I see your face, I find your grace in every place, in your embrace, in your embrace, in your embrace, oh wondrous space, in your embrace, your embrace. So what I can do is like just like go through, and what I do is I hit this W for right, and we start out the song here maybe with subs. all my dreams become clear. In everything, the love you bring, this song I sing for you. I see your face, I find your grace in every place, in your embrace, in your embrace, in your embrace, oh wondrous space, in your embrace, your embrace. Thousands of crystal light beams shine in your presence, it's so divine. A miracle I found in you, a love beyond all that's true. I see your face, I find your grace in every place, in your embrace, in your embrace, in your embrace, a wondrous space, in your embrace, your embrace. Ooh. Okay, now what that did was just recorded that volume envelope. See? So that's kind of, now what I can do is take this other sound here, do the same thing with this, and I just don't want it. Maybe that's why I can't hear it. See? What did I just do? Undo my... I think I just undid my... Yeah. Okay, edit. Redo. Okay. Save this. Alright. Let's make sure that... That's working. Let's see if that's moving. Yeah, see, now it's moving. Okay, all right. I don't want this in the beginning. So we're going to turn this, go back to the beginning. when you are here. All my dreams become clear in everything. The love you bring, this song I sing for you. I see your face, I find your grace in every place, in your embrace, in your embrace, in your embrace, oh wondrous space, in your embrace, your embrace. Thousands of crystal light beams shine in your presence. It's so divine, a miracle I found in you, a love beyond all that's true. I see your face, I find your grace in every place, in your embrace, in your embrace, in your embrace, a wondrous space, in your embrace, your embrace. Ooh. Okay, so that's kind of like what I did there is sort of what I want to do here. You are here. All my dreams become clear in everything. The love you bring, this song I sing for you. I see your face, I find your grace in every place, in your embrace, in your embrace, in your embrace, oh wondrous space, in your embrace. If you're using Vocal Writer On sensitizer, I didn't know you could do that. I'm not sure what you mean by that. On sensitizer. Oh, on synthesizer, you can use Vocal Rider on any track. Synthesizer, you can use it on the bass. You can use it on, and the thing is the bass rider, okay? If you buy Vocal Rider, you don't need bass rider, okay? Because bass rider is like a kindergarten version of Vocal Rider. So anything bass rider can do, Vocal Rider can do better, okay? Vocal Rider is bass rider and more. Yes, you can use Vocal Rider on anything that you want to level off. So Vocal Rider you can use on anything. Oh yeah, and it doesn't, Vocal Rider doesn't really change the tone or color of a sound like a compressor does. It can create like a little bit of a woo kind of sound, like if it kicks in at the wrong time, it can make like a like where it just goes up quick and down, like that kind of thing. But Vocal Rider you can use on any track, but you just have to make sure that like this track is stereo, so I use stereo Vocal Rider. This track is stereo, that I use stereo, but this one, my lead vocal, that's mono. So I use Vocal Rider for mono, the mono Vocal Rider on my vocal, because it was recorded in mono. But what you do is, and if I were to put Vocal Rider on the master bus on my vocal, then I would put the stereo Vocal Rider, because this master bus where the vocal's coming to, this is a stereo track. Like if you look, are here. Where are we? See? All my dreams. This is a stereo track now. Become clear. So yes, you definitely want to use, you can use Vocal Rider on any track that you want to kind of level out so that it doesn't. Now, usually I use a compressor on synthesizer tracks to level them out. And there is a drawback to putting, you don't want to put Vocal Rider on every track, okay? Because then, and that's why I decided in this song that I didn't want to use Vocal Rider on my track on my vocal, okay? Because there's this thing where I kind of get, where I go, da-da-da, can become clear, where I have this, where I get quiet. I want people to go in and listen a little deeper. I don't want them to become clear. I don't want that to be, and also when I go all my dreams, it pushes the reverb unit a little bit more, and so you hear this echo. And then when I go become clear, it pushes the reverb a little bit less. So I get like a little bit less echo. So sometimes you don't want Vocal Rider on your vocal at all. So it all depends. You listen to it, and you just don't, in this particular case, you just don't always say, oh, I have a vocal, I need Vocal Rider. You listen to it and you say, does that really sound better? And in this case, I just said, no, it doesn't. So, when you are here, all my dreams become clear in everything, the love you bring. See, it just flattens it too much. And so when you flatten everything out too much, then things can't poke in and out, and your song, like you say, oh, I just, you know, it loses these sweet spots, okay? And the word that we use for a song that has sweet spots, that's called transparency, okay? And transparency is, I remember talking with a guy. He owned this guitar shop in Orono. He had it for many, many years there. And I went in, you know, and I wouldn't learn how to mix and master my music for many, many years after that, like 20 years after. But I remember him telling me, because I was talking about compressors, and I just little did I know that it was going to take at least 20 years before I was going to learn what I was thinking about at the time. And it's like, well, do I put a compressor on, you know, it was kind of the same question you're asking. Do I put a compressor on everything? And yes, you do. I put a compressor. Sometimes the only things I'm really careful about putting a compressor on is like acoustic instruments, like if I record a mandolin or a harmonica or an acoustic guitar, sometimes it can just kind of, the compressor can kind of accentuate the boxiness of an instrument. It can bring out some of the horrible tones of an instrument. Sometimes I just won't compress, but like a pad, or because like the pad, I want to have kind of all of its frequencies kind of smooth. So, you know, so what you want to do is you want your song. I'll show you something cool, okay? Now, this is called, this is a product made by iZotope, and it is called Insight Pro, okay? And iZotope, you just wanna you wanna pay them like the $8 or whatever it is a month. You want to pay them and get your ozone 10 and all of this. This comes with iZotope, and you turn these off, and you go and turn this on, turn that off. Okay, I guess, yeah, I don't need the. All right, there we go. And there we go. We turn them off. Okay, see if I can. Okay. This is the spectrogram. All right, so if I go here into this settings here on the spectrogram, no, it's here. And I like the blue to pink and say okay. It shows you your song, okay? And I really don't know, other than showing you this, I don't really know how to read and say, oh, it's got to be, all these colors have to be a certain color and it should be like this and that. But I'll let you know what I kind of think about it. And so what you want is some songs are going to have color, are going to be steady color all the way up to from the bottom to the top parts of your frequencies, okay? Frequency response. It's going to be from the lowest kilobytes to the highest kilohertz, okay? The dB, all right? So it's going to be from 2020 are here. But because this song that I want to have some transparency in it, you see, then so it's going to hit certain spots. When you there's my
are here.
snare drum. That's the snare.
All my dreams.
So you want the snare to kind of hit the top,
Become
but not go way out out of the perspective.
In everything.
And you probably want the bass drum to hit the top.
The love you bring. This song I sing for you.
Now I've got some breath problems here, so we're gonna have to deal with them.
I see your face. I find your grace.
Now if I turn off my vocal,
in it,
now it shows you that the bass is always hitting this yellow line. And that's okay. You want this to kind of, that's where all the power is in your song. It's in the bass, okay? How much do you want? That's up to you. But you can see there's some transparency in this song. And that's sometimes that's what you want. Sometimes you just want a wall of sound. And you want it to be just have sound steady through the whole, along the entire. But then you can look at this and you can say, if you have an instrument coming in that's just like going crazy and creating all kinds of, and if you put vocal rider on it, it's just gonna flatten everything out. And then you're not going to have these beautiful little moments of silence in your song, okay? To let people's ears kind of adjust to the music. So this is just an amazing grid that you can look at of your song. When I bring the vocal back in
every place, in your embrace, in your embrace, in your embrace, a wondrous space, in your
Yeah, thank you, Monty. That's good advice. Thank you. I'm glad you like that. So it's a balance. It's a balance between now if you have a ballad like this, it's a very soft and soothing ballad. You probably do want you want to mix a little bit of silence in with your sound, with your song. Now, if it's a Motley Crue song, you're probably not going to have very much. There may be moments when there just be like a pause in the music and then come back and stuff. There might, Motley Crue came out with a few ballads and stuff, but so you just want to always think. You want to think in your mind, am I making this song too flat? Am I destroying the transparency? Am I ruining the sweet spots by having everything like at this kind of heavy level? Okay, and so this is one way of looking at the song and saying,
when you are here.
So I could probably, take the bass down a little bit.
All my dreams become clear in everything.
So that the music gets
the love you bring. This song I sing for you. I see your face. I I find your grace in every place, in your embrace, 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 oh wondrous space, in your embrace, in your embrace, oh wondrous space, in your embrace, in your embrace, your embrace, your embrace. Thousands, your embrace. Thousands of crystal light, thousands of crystal light beams shine in your presence. It's so divine, a miracle I found in you.
Having a cough attack.
A love beyond all that's true. I see your face, I find your grace in every place. I see your face, I find your grace in every place, in your embrace, in your embrace, in your embrace, oh wondrous space, in your
is go into this clips, and we're going to go with this on whole notes, and I'm just going to cut a piece of this out. Cut.
Your
Split.
Your embrace, 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 your embrace,
Oh, come on. Stop grabbing things that I don't have selected. Okay. What did I do down here? Okay, this is my drums. Okay, my drums ran out. Alright, 2 also. What's happened to the bass? I've done something weird with the bass. What is up here? Must have grabbed this whole thing and dragged it up. How in the heck did that happen? Hope I didn't throw off the vocals. When you... Okay. When... Something's wrong here. When you are here, when you, let's just turn this off. When you are here, all my dreams become clear. In everything, the love you bring, this song I sing for you. Okay. All right, well, this is going to do it for me today. I will be back again. I think I'm going to go out and sing some karaoke and show up and give people a good time. How about that? So, thank you very much for watching. Take care. I will see you again in another video coming up soon. I still got more work to do on the song. So what I'm going to do, since the left and right nylon are, I'm going to do that same thing here with the guitar, but I'm going to put the volume bus on this because they're both going, the left and right are going out to this master bus. So I can just turn this right on here and then just ride the output volume of this track and put and handle both nylons at the same time here in the master bus. So that is another little trick we're going to do. So we're going to save this. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the likes, people. Thank you for leaving likes on my video. I'll be back with more awesome Cakewalk by BandLab and all kinds of other VST stuff and synths and life stories about being a good musician, things like that. Anything that I can impart that might be helpful. I hope not to offend anybody. So take care. I love you all. I will see you again in another video. And you know when it's polka time, it's polka time. So take care. I love you. Bye-bye for now. Angus, thank you. Bye. Bye. Say bye, Sigmund. Bye. Sigmund. Oh, all right. So take care. Thank you for watching and being part of this video. You guys are awesome, awesome, awesome. Take care. Bye-bye.